he leads you around one more corner, and what you see before you now doesn't really match up with the scenery that you had seen prior. The streets ahead of you are made of black cobblestone, and whereas before, when you were walking the streets, looking through the market, talking to shop owners, and you spent a lot of time, well, you spent like an hour in the Xandarian market with the usual collection of humanoids, humans and half-elves and elves and a handful of other slightly less seen races, but stuff you've become accustomed to traveling across Aramea. That is not what you see here. Instead, you see some stuff that you have not seen a ton of in the other world, like half-orcs. You may have encountered one or two, I think, at certain points, but they're pretty uncommon across Aramea. And some other things that you have not seen before, like there's some different goblinoid creatures. There are illithids with lovely tentacle mouths. You love them so much. A couple of shops are being run by bugbears. A couple of hobgoblins. You even see a Kenku running a side store underneath a canvas roof. There are a extremely eclectic blend of creatures running shops down here in the Black Bazaar, the most of which you have not even heard of or seen before, a handful of which are more relegated to the pages of books that you would have considered before now to be more mythological in nature, because they've not been seen on the Aramean continent.
I don't know what you were warning us so much for, Tessie, and this place is great. The diversity is staggering.
You will find just about anything you're looking for down here, Isaac.
I'd
At
like
least
to
there's
see
the chance.
more of this.
I warn you, though, they don't all barter with gold.
You mentioned that. That's fine. I think our towns could do more with this. I'm so sick of the same nobility demanding unearned respect. Let's get some more chaos here. This is great. I think you actually... I didn't think I would say this. You found the template for maybe what the future of this land should be in Black Harbor.
Well, I'm glad that we could impress you in some way, Isaac.
And Radomir, having heard that speech, is like, well, I've done my job. I'll be off then.
We appreciate the tour.
I have no business here, and as such, I'll take my leave. You can find the exit the same way we came. He points back at the kind of around the corner alley.
Yep.
I would advise you that once you've concluded your business, you leave as quickly as possible as well. This is not a place where one is meant to linger.
Tessian nods and thanks him again.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, Isaac, I suggest you lead the way, given that you're the one with the eye for rare items.
Interest, certainly. Let's go. Yeah, let's see what we have. And I look around and, again, I think probably the time limit might dictate both in real time, but also game time. What are some interesting things that we see, Chris?
Everyone make me a perception check.
Woo! Tessian does make sure that, he keeps an eye on Lena at all times.
I have also grabbed onto the back of your cape. As we're walking, I've just grabbed onto the back of your cape as we're walking around. So
somebody just picks you up and carries you off. This will be valuable.
20, not natural.
You keep getting that number. It feels fake.
18.
I swear to you, it's real.
16. Jesus Christ.
21. I critted.
Keeping an extra eye on me.
An extra eye on all of you. I don't need you to disappear on me getting kidnapped by somebody.
Do I become a warlock today? Is that what's
If I become aware of the fact that Lena is clearly acting a little bit nervous, I'm going to move behind her and Tessian and just kind of be a wall.
Aww.
So as you're sort of standing in the middle of this area, canvassing it, a few things stick out to you. One is the already eclectic blend of races, and there's more than I described here. If you can think of something that's off the wall and strange, it exists here. There are definitely a very different set of goods here than what you've found at other shops throughout Arameda at this point, which is not to say that there are not still armors and weapons, and it's not like it's just completely off the wall shit. There are some pretty finely made and crafted different sets of equipment available. One of the things you notice is that a lot of them are outside your price range. When they do have a gold price listed, we're talking in the thousands. But in talking to a couple of the shop owners, you find out that they are magical weapons, things that have been imbued with special abilities. Some of them also have like +2 or +3 properties to them. They are very, very, very good abilities, but they also cost thousands of gold pieces if they even have a price listed. Some of them do not, and you get the sense that that is sort of what Tessian was speaking on, in which they might be available for other prices.
That's what I'm interested in.
Some of the things that stick out to you, in addition to goods, like equipment and gear and the like, there is a couple of shops that have what appear to be creatures for sale. One in particular looks sort of like a devil, and he has a couple of cherubs on leashes tied to a fence post that's jammed into the ground. So that's exciting.
That's sad.
Look, man's got to do business, I guess.
Some of the things that pop out that could be of interest, there is a headband of intellect available. And it takes attunement, but while you're wearing it, it makes your intelligence 19.
Christ.
Super smart.
What's the cost of that one?
What's the cost of that one?
It has no price listed.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Let's keep going through the list so as not to waste time. But I'm interested in that.
Sure. One of them is a bag of tricks, which is, I think, kind of a fun item. It is... sorry, scrolling. It is a gray bag of tricks, and this is actually at the Kenku shop, which is, I can show you one. It's basically a crow man.
A crow man.
Oh,
not
cool.
Not a Cro-Magnon man, but there he is.
It's like he's wearing a
yeah.
plague mask, but it's his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's wingless, sort of. Well, not by design per se, but like that's they're flightless birds.
They're penguins.
Wingless bird.
I'm referencing Sean's shirt. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I got you.
Yeah.
And the bag of tricks is complicated, but the gist of it is essentially that it has.
Yes, Mike.
Oh my god. I look away for 2 seconds.
Yep. He's the shop owner now. He can roleplay him.
Okay, now Kenku can only speak in things that they've heard. They mimic everything. So I need you to do 1,000,000 different voices for every word that comes out of your mouth.
The bag of... Oh boy. And he's done. The gray bag of tricks has fuzzy dice inside of it. And you can throw them out, and it transforms into a random creature. This particular bag has anything from little stuff like weasels or giant rats to dire wolves and giant elks. And whoever is using the item, the creature is friendly to them. You can use bonus actions to dictate what it does, how it moves. You can make it attack. And they last until dawn of the next day or when they die. So you get a little animal companion of sorts at random. You have to roll and then consult this table for it, but all sorts of interesting creatures in it. And then the other thing that really sticks out is an ever-smoking bottle, which does what you might think. It is a bottle that releases smoke when you take out this lead stopper on it. And it pours out this thick smoke in a 60-foot radius that heavily obscures vision. And that it'll keep growing the size of the cloud as long as the bottle stays open. and it has a command word to close it. So if for some reason you need to close it in a pinch, you can be like, hey, I speak the word. So you can be like, all right. And the cloud will eventually disperse over time. Of course, in the wind or other similar conditions, it might not work so well. But if there's nothing that's going to blow the smoke away, it'll linger in that area and provide basically heavily obscured vision for as long as it stays open, I think, up to 10 minutes.
How long does it take to actually like you in battle purposes, which a round is 6 seconds? You open it, is it like immediate obscuring, or does it take 3 rounds to even?
It's immediate obscuring in the 60-foot radius, and then it increases by 10 feet per round.
Okay.
It's almost like
And
a
then
smoke bomb.
It lasts for 10 minutes, which is more rounds than combat would ever hopefully have without it being an absolute fucking nightmare.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. The headband of intelligence, I don't want anything boosting my brain. I trust my own mental capacities, so not interested. Karash, maybe, though, you might want to check that one out. I say with no judgment. And the beasts, I'd like to trust my own self and my guns, so don't really like that either. However, this obscuring smoke bottle, how much for this one, sir? I say to something, some creature.
Hold on, I'll get you a picture.
Okay. Sir.
Sir, what do you look like?
Sir. Hello, please. Sir,
not a picture.
I'm interested in the smoke bottle, sir.
Burr,
Ma'am,
sir.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what? You want a picture?
You're standing in the dark back there, and
Want me to sign it
Oh.
too?
God damn it!
it's a Lionel.
It's a hobgoblin.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's pointed at you!
You Weinberg.
Says, a man of discerning taste. I'm more interested in favors than I am in gold or platinum. Perhaps you could do something for me, and then the everlasting smoke could be yours.
Well, let's chat. What do you have in mind?
I have something I need taken care of, something that was taken from me that I would like returned. Are you perhaps the person for the job?
Still listening.
There's a scroll of some value to me that was taken from my storefront, an elaborate distraction that I admit got the best of me. I believe the person who took it lives in Black Harbor. I would like you to get it back for me. I would also like you to kill the person, but I admit not everyone has the stomach for it. It would provide you a sizable bonus should you choose to do so, but it is not required.
Do you know anything about the person?
I have a bit of a description I could give you, and he pulls out a piece of parchment. It's rolled up, tied in a ribbon, kind of taps it against his chest as he's holding it.
Yeah, I'm more interested in what they've done, maybe their status, if you know as much.
Now, if I pass this information, I expect completion of the job. Revealing this identity is not something I will do lightly. And if I don't get the scroll back, I expect to find you've been killed trying to do so.
See, now the terms are coming out. Well, it's something that I can do if I have time. Where I am on a journey of my own. If those terms don't meet what you're looking for, then I suppose I'm not your person.
I suppose I'll have to pass then. Would like this to be done sooner than later. And he slides this piece of parchment back into a bag at his side.
Tessian
still-
breathes a sigh of relief.
Is this the same guy selling the Band of Intellect?
What?
Is this the same guy selling the Band of
No,
Intellect?
it's a different one.
Oh, okay. I'd like to talk to that dude.
Okay. Hold on, I'll get a picture for you.
I want to go with Karash.
Because I could describe them, but I think it's more fun with a picture, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're blue and scaly, and they're holding a trident.
We're visual learners.
Who could it be? That's a small picture.
That is
Whatever.
a small picture.
Fuck it. I'm not gonna sit here and try and find another one. That particular, it's hard to see in the camera. I'm sorry, everyone. Is a Triton. You can always King Triton, if you will. Just kidding. Fuck that guy. He also does not currently have a trident in his hands. Oh, you want to buy my thing, do you?
You gotta fight me for it.
Yeah, see?
Is his name Aquaman?
Don't be ridiculous.
No, it's Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
I do not wish to buy anything from you. However, where did hell did the Crash's voice go? I do not wish.
It's been a few weeks. You know, you got to get it back. You got to bring it back.
I would like to touch your biceps, sir.
He is quite muscular. Do you say that you want to touch his biceps?
No, I would.
I'm just making sure. I didn't think so, but I thought it could be fun. In a bad
I might
way.
discuss diets with him. I'm just saying.
So as you approach him about this, Karash, he says, "That is indeed a rare item. Yes, a smart purchase, if you don't mind the pun. Would you be interested in bartering, perhaps? I'm always looking for new goods to add to the store. Do you have something of interest you could offer me? Or perhaps someone?"
What? Be person? No, I do not own people.
That's a shame. They make for great merchandise.
That's
Something, perhaps, then?
I
And
have
he's wringing his hands together, like, as you're talking. He's just kind of like,
uncomfortable.
well, I'm glad you're only now uncomfortable. People have been warning you for minutes, but...
Well, yeah, he's talking about slavery, not my cup of tea.
I
so-
know. That's why I thought it was funny that you happened to be the one to walk over there.
Yeah, I was strongly debating going up and bashing the guy who had cherubs chained up, but I thought that might not be the best thing in a room full of people that might murder my face.
I don't
so.
know. You'll never know till you try.
That's true. I do not think I have what you are looking for. I own very little of value, but thank you for your time.
Well, Karash, let's not be so hasty. We do have some items that you were bequeathed from a certain someone on a certain journey that you may or may not have really used to this point.
I have my armor. I do not know what else is not being used.
You have a... I don't remember. What was your gift from Aurelia?
The armor I am wearing.
Oh.
The only other item that was not being used for some time is now on your head, last I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much... Chris, what's that called? A circlet of... I know it gives Scorching Ray.
Circlet of blasting.
And blast.
Circlet of Blasting. Huh? Does this pique your interest at all? It was a gift from the former, the last successful Fable Deer. I don't know if they're called that.
Oh, I don't know.
Person to complete the Cornatus.
Yeah.
This does indeed get his interest. He says, "Interesting."
I shoot a look at Isaac, but I don't say anything.
Yeah, just think of how much you'd be worth.
You could get like 2 headbands of intellect for you.
Yeah. We could
Exactly.
all be smart and immediately regret our decisions.
Boy, was that a mistake.
I'm actually fascinated if we can actually get this to Karash, if it will change his fucking personality.
Oh.
Or what.
It
Not that
was
I want
like
that. I'm just very curious.
I'll be asking a lot less stupid questions going forward.
He kind of looks it over and he stops wringing his hands long enough to take it from you if you'll let him.
Yeah, by all means.
Kind of lifts it up
Check
on
it
the
out.
2 sides of the circlet and just gingerly looks it over. Says, "Perhaps a demonstration to show me that it works. I'll allow you to do it if you don't trust me, but I'd like to see it put through its paces."
Sure. Do you have maybe target or something. I'd want to do it safely. It's fairly powerful.
Oh, you could shoot it off anywhere, off to the side of the bazaar. Not at anybody in particular unless you want to make an enemy of them, but hit the ground in front of a shop or something. People don't mind a little bit of surprise here. They'll be fine.
Why don't you do it? I just...
Terrible idea.
I feel like you're taking a risk from me. I don't mind. Knock yourself out unless you want me to do it.
Very well. Slides the circlet onto his head. It takes a half an hour to attune to
I was gonna say like you could do it.
Gonna go ahead and hand wave that away.
If you want, if we're the rules, I can do it. It's okay.
Or I'll skip it because I don't give a fuck about the attunement at this particular moment.
Okay.
There are reasons to have that rule in place. This is not really one of them.
Okay.
Or maybe he's just very gifted. He says, "Well, this ought to be fun," and steps around the front of his. He's got like crates in front of this little storefront of his. And
Quick steal his stuff. So he.
And because he's not necessarily sure exactly what to do, he kind of holds one hand up to his temples where one of the sides of the circlet is, and just fires a scorching ray into the ground where it goes, kicks up a bunch of like sand and dirt and debris. Doesn't do it near anybody. Even the debris and the shrapnel, if you will, doesn't hit anything. But a couple people look in that direction. For the most part, it seems like nobody's really that fazed by it. To the point where, like, I guess this is a regular thing, or at the very least, it's not irregular. To the point where, okay, I don't know exactly how this place works, but if you did this if Lycidian in that busy bazaar, people would be fucking running in every direction. Here, you get a couple of looks and a couple of shrugs, and that's about it. He takes the circlet off, hands it to you. Given its lineage, I would find this to be an acceptable trade.
Okay. Karash, you want this headband?
Yeah. That would be acceptable, yes.
All right. Then, did this guy mention his name yet?
He did not. I will go pull it up for you.
And it's not. I'm just gonna call him by his name once, so
Sure.
I'll just say, "All right, then,
Give a Carlisle,
sir, Carlisle, give a Carlisle,
Geva.
Geva Carlisle,
Not Giva. An unfortunate name for a merchant. Yes.
It's yours."
And he pulls out this ornate headband with like a diamond pattern around it, and hands it to you as you're handing him the.
Really quick, yeah. I do want to say, keep that in. I'm referring to the circlet of blasting. I say, hold on to that for a minute, if you don't mind. I would just like to confirm the same demonstration the other way, just to make sure that it's legit.
Absolutely, I would expect no less. I'll keep the circlet right here in plain sight until you're satisfied.
All right, Karash, why don't you try it on?
Okay. This is fun.
So, a half hour later, you guys sit there and just wait in a circle, and
Just
nothing's happening
SpongeBob guy comes on.
for 30 minutes later. You wrap the headband around your head and tie it off in the back, and
Oh, goodness.
there's this moment of nothingness. Like, the fabric is comfortable. You can tell it's extremely well made. And
You look like Rambo, so that's cool.
Yes. You're ready for commando missions. Stop being a pencil pusher.
But you're like the most tactical commando because you're super smart now.
Yeah.
And there's this moment where everything suddenly clicks into place. You feel like there is this heightened grasp of understanding. You're thinking back and you're like, of course I understand what willy-nilly means.
What a foolish question.
Context clues are suddenly just shooting through my mind.
I said that thing about shovels, but I don't actually know that we're going to need them where we're headed next. And as the equations kind of like filter past your head in the background in slow motion, your intelligence score becomes 19.
Karash, do you feel anything?
Oh, I am so very grateful for your patience and on all the time we have known each other.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thank you. We're good.
You're the smartest one in this group now. Congratulations.
Sincerely, I cannot express enough how appreciative I am of your patience in dealing with me. I understand I have other qualities, but that had to have been incredibly abrasive. Just the questions. Oh,
He's very talkative now.
I kind of like it. I won't lie.
I need a drink. I need to sit down. Oh God, I'm a little nauseous.
I feel like something was gained, but something was lost.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years. We'll have plenty of fond memories.
Yeah, that was. Oh wow, yeah.
Did I put this here explicitly for Karash? No. Did I think it was a possibility and that I might give Mike the chance to flex his role playing a little more? Maybe.
This is going to be fascinating.
Did you think I was going to pawn off Aurelia's gifts? I have this thing from some lady. You can take it.
I thought it was
I'll
possible.
hawk it.
She's important, but F her.
And Geva, for the record, once you say we'll take it and it seems to have taken effect, gives you a small bow and says, well, if you're ever in the area again, we can always do business once more.
Oh,
I would like to shake his hand if he's up for it.
Absolutely. He
Okay.
extends this,
It's a pleasure doing
scaled
business with
arm
you.
and stabs you with a trident. No.
Oh!
Pulls you into it. So yes, you now have you can add your inventory a headband of intellect and change your score to 19 and all the corresponding checks as such.
Holy shit.
I have just done as much, and it is fascinating. I'm going to just start peppering Tessian with questions about anything draconic, and if in fact I'm going to point blank ask Tessian, do you have any sort of connection with dragons physically? I can't help but all the little pieces seem to point in that direction, and yet I can't be sure.
And keep in mind at this point you're smarter than Tessian, but
Yeah, but I still assume you guys are smarter than me because I'm not used to being smarter than you yet.
And Tessian's he's just sort of like, to my knowledge, no. My family, there is elemental in our bloodline as well as I guess you could. There's the corrupting influence, the curse of the Kraken, the bones you saw earlier. But to my knowledge, there's nothing draconic. Thea is another matter entirely. This is certainly a conversation you should be having with her. She's certainly more on your intellectual level now than I am.
That would be amazing. I would love that. Oh God. I have left messages in towns we have passed through for my clan, and not a single. I need to go. Oh, I have made no effort to get back. Oh God.
Maybe we can stop by a bar. I think we're done here in this
oh boy.
bazaar.
The impression
was fruitful.
The impression you get, by the way, is that while there are storefronts here with goods for sale, and talking to people and kind of canvassing as you first did here, that a lot of this is requests. People come here looking for things to be procured as much as they do for things that exist, and that involves even more complex arrangements than the one you were offered. But you've gotten a pretty good sense of what's available here at this particular moment. This is also a much quicker changing inventory than your standard shops might have. So, you've kind of looked around to the extent of where you've gotten a pretty good scope of it. If there's anything else you'd like to do, otherwise you could head out.
Yeah, Tessie can even tell you some of the stuff that he's procured here, weird stuff. Like he met one of those illithids and they were like selling memories of stuff, but like you had to trade in a memory. So like little weird barters and things. They're not always items or even physical goods. So it can be a little weird sometimes. It just depends on what you're doing.
That is fascinating.
But
So, Karash, one thing I'm sure has already crossed your now fully engorged brain is there might be some new avenues into finding your dragonborn kin. So, something to consider as we go forward, but I imagine you have quite a lot to consider, so don't overdo it.
My God, the simplicity of simply asking and hiring bounty hunters to find my kin would be staggeringly simple, and it never even dawned on me before now that, God,
Well,
Lord,
take your time. We have it.
why? I can't. It's you, Isaac. Your family is a mess. I am so sorry.
Yes, quite.
God, I understand so much more now.
Well, it's funny because he still stutters about the same amount, but it's of a very different nature now.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. There's a lot to take in all at once, and it's a little bit it's a bit much. I don't.
I'll tell you what. The first round of drinks is on me. I'm assuming your thirst is the same.
God, well, yes, but now I won't be drowning my sorrows so much as I will be slowing things down a bit, I think.
we'll give you some time to pace yourself out with all of this.
Yes.
Well, Tessian, I hope you can recommend somewhere absolutely stellar for procuring drinks in Black Harbor.
Also, as far away from this pit of scum and villainy as we can possibly get.
Well, I suppose we could find a place. I'll be honest, I can usually just get my meals up at the keep. But there's a few places on the port, yeah?
Spare us your privilege for 5 minutes. We want to go to a good place, not your family's personal chef.
I'll be completely honest with you. I still enjoy portside bars. They're still delightful. I can't pretend I don't enjoy that aspect of it.
Well, I suppose we can head down to the docks and, see what's up. So.
I just pat Karash on the arm, and I say, "Oh, you'll be just fine. I enjoy this new side of you."
Thank you. I appreciate that immensely. Have we ever figured out? No, you know what? That's probably need to have that discussion elsewhere. Not for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. There's a lot. There's a lot here right now. Yeah.
I mean, my main question is, since I see no longer the need to continue our teaching of Common,
we can teach you Draconic, and it won't be a complete and utter shit show. That'll be amazing.
That would probably help, yes. The roles have truly been reversed in a way that I am mostly happy but somewhat uncomfortable with.
I assure you, in intellect change or not, I am still as soft and benevolent as I can be to my friends.
I sure am glad I didn't tease you too much for your lessons. That was good. Karma can
Isaac,
really bite you.
You're a dick. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is going to be fascinating.
Okay, so Tessian, please lead the way.
Tessian does the best he can. We've got to retrace our steps back out of the Undercity over to the Patron's Port, and Tessian has to do his best to try to figure out the last dockside bar he went to in the city.
I'm so used to room service. I don't know where there's
I mean, look, when you have a house, why do you need to go someplace else? Like, he's been in them before, but, like, he doesn't remember all of them.
So you make your way out of the Black Bazaar. It does sort of feel as though there are some sets of eyeballs on you as you leave, but as you kind of peek behind you, there's nobody following you or anything. Just kind of like, who are those weirdos? Make your way back to that alleyway, and you're kind of hesitant about the shimmering for a half second, but you're able to pass through and return to what appears to be the normal part of the Undercity. There's that same sensation again, where you're like, like something just kind of felt off, and it is a little bit bizarre.
Yeah.
That the line between the material plane and some other plane is so easily accessible. Now, granted, you had to be able to find the thing, but still, the fact that two different planes are connected through such a haphazard arrangement seems a little weird, but at least for the rest of you, not so much the Tessian, who's more familiar with it, but for the rest of you, you're like, oh, so we just waltzed into another plane and bought some stuff and came back. That's cool, I guess. And you can start making your way down to the dock area to, I would imagine, the one that Tessian knows of at least, that he's been to once or twice, is the Wayward Shield. And we will leave off there. Next time, drinking at the docks, Smart Karash, a lovely dinner, and a trip to the Cryptwood.
Can I just say, Smart Karash is going to be the most interesting change going forward.
I'm looking forward to it so much.
I wasn't sure if you guys would go to the Black Bazaar or not. This is none that could have poked its head out in a few other spots as well. But I was like, we'll see.
You're welcome. And Chris may have had another mechanism to get us to circlet, but from as far as I know...
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Tessian thinks that's interesting now because like he's got that circle or the bracer of blasting or whatever, and like if it's worth more to these people because of that, he might even try to see if he can score something as well. I guess we'll see.
Oh God.
Maybe I just want you guys to have magic items you like. Who knows? Anyways, we will see you next time.